So beggars can't be choosers when it comes to relationships or friends. Or can we actually change this perception of ourselves that we can actually start to accept of what we choose for our relationships? So let's do an EFT tapping on this. So taking full responsibility for our own well-being and repeating after me. Let's go with that flow. Let's begin to tap. Even though I would like a relationship, and I would like a friendship, and my current situation might say that I'm completely alone, and I'm crying out for attention, and beggars can't be choosers in this kind of a situation. And I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even though I might want to change my identity to suit someone else in order to get that attention and that desire that I crave of being accepted. And beggars can't be choosers. And I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even though beggars can't be choosers. And I might be open to changing this perception, to choosing the relationships of which I desire. And I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. And I can't choose who I want in my life based upon this statement. And based upon this statement, I may be begging, calling out for attention, and for someone in my life to accept me for who I am. And beggars can't be choosers. And I'll just take whatever comes along. And whatever comes along might choose to take a little bit more and leave me begging, especially if it's my self-worth and who I am as a person, which might deplete me of my confidence within, my sense of self-worth, to know that I am deserving and I can choose who I want in my life and who brings value and who just doesn't wander in and choose to take of my value. Perhaps if I look back to past experiences where people didn't acknowledge me, see me for who I was, or even saw me at all, then any scrap for attention, anything that came my way, was good enough. And I feasted upon these scraps of love and attention, that at some point people chose to send my way, perhaps as a caring second thought. And these second thoughts may have led me to believe that I'll just take second best, that I am of no value based upon those that saw me as no value. So I'll just take whatever I can get. Whatever someone will show towards me as love and affection, I'll cling to that. And I'll desire more, even though they might not throw me these regular scraps. And do I want to feast on scraps? Or do I want abundance within, where I feel abundant within? Abundant with self-worth, abundant with self-love, abundant with self-acceptance, where I don't have to beg. I get to choose who I want in my life. And who I want in my life might start with accepting myself and accepting my own self-worth and starting to know myself as a person that doesn't need to beg for attention. I'm done with begging, especially from people who, when the time is right, will give me love and affection. Or that my sense of value and who I am as a person isn't an inconvenience to them giving me love and attention. I'm not an inconvenience. I'm a great person. A person deserving of love. And a person that is lovable. And I might not know that within right now, but I do know I'm deserving of more. And my sense of self-worth is not dependent upon others, of how they choose to see me, and of how they choose to value me. Because how I choose to see myself may be how other people choose to see me. So if I see myself as a beggar, people will only choose to ignore me or spare a dime of love when it's convenient to them. I'm building my self-worth. This worth within myself is not dependent upon others. It's dependent upon myself, valuing my own self-worth. And when I value myself, I can get to choose who I want in my life, rather than the other way around. And the only other way around that I saw was not how other people chose to see me, but of how I chose to see myself. And I'm seeing myself so much more than what happened to me, and being more within myself, in mind, body and spirit. And taking a full breath in and out. So yes, sometimes we can feel less within ourselves. So when we see something that we value or we feel makes us feel good, we want to hang on to that, and especially if it's just a morsel that's being thrown our way. But we don't want the morsel, we want the whole feast, we want the meal. But typically when you're dining with someone, you're sharing in something, you're engaging with something, rather than someone taking that from you to the point where you're having to beg for those scraps again. So making sure that we sustain our own sense of self-worth and we can share in experiences with people rather than begging for those good experiences. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.